Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand. Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
Приветствую зрителей и подписчиков моего канала, я Джон Эванс, и мы продолжаем проходить Call of Juarez, Gunslinger. Меня зовут Охотником за головами. Отличное название. И погнали.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same time. Two banks on the same damn street.
Так, возьмите оружие, выйдите на улицу.
Bob Dalton's girl was always writing him about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up. Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown. The boys grew up in Coffeeville, so everybody knew him.
We got us a hero. Put some holes in him.
Банк грабят. Эй, я тоже хочу. Почему я должен защищать его? Так. Чё-то присел.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months, and now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait the
Подождите. Прокачаемся. Что-то я там хотел. Так. Где-то была интересная штука. Ага. Твердый прицел. О. Супер. Отлично.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns.
Так. Ну делать-то что? Отстреливать пока? Ну, это без проблем. Как бы.
You went in there alone to confront those criminals.
Вот и лестница. Доберитесь до задней стороны банка.
Where are you going? Are you crazy?
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind.
Так,
He
наши.
saw a way to get around to the back of the bank.
Ну, это Дуайт рассказывал, любитель всяких романов.
Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there. A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
Да-да-да.
It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
Так. На диванчик. О, неплохо.
We've got company.
Так, еще один.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free. Like Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Здесь револьверами лучше все уже ограбили.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch!
Отлично.
You're a gunner.
Получил.
Brother, I'm gonna make you pay for that.
Так. Здесь что? Все ограбили. Вон же целые мешки стоят.
Over there.
Эх. Тут все ограбили. Подожди. Что-то я обратно возвращаюсь.
That's Silas Greaves. What the hell?
Да, Сайлас Гривс. Собственной персоной.
Came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons.
Что-то интересного. Он не застревает. Патроны кончились.
His name?
Отлично.
Silas Greaves. And when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
Ну, разумеется. Сказки.
It was early evening, not high noon.
Кофевиль, штат Канзас, 5 октября 1892 года.
I was late to the party and Coffeyville was already up in arms. The Daltons blew up a safe and were all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
You yellow bastard.
Дерзкие. Братья Далтоны.
I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless.
There he is.
And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeyville.
Now you're in trouble.
Еще один щитоносец. Щитоносец Синджин.
Hey, we got us a hero. Put some holes in him.
And those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens. Jesus Christ!
Ух ты. Самородок. Вот он. Где? А. О! Супер. Сразу и прокачаемся. Так, здесь у нас что? Быстрый ствол. Быстрое прицеливание. Ну что ж, мне это нравится. Давайте посмотрим, что еще есть. Глубокие карманы для револьвера. Ну, в принципе. Так. Ну, я, в принципе, пока винтовкой больше пользуюсь, поэтому возьму быстрый ствол. Да. Потом остальное буду прокачивать. Винтовка мне всегда нравилась. Так, наверх. Или на улицу. Ну давайте посмотрим, что здесь есть. Может, что интересное. Так. Ничего нет, что ли? Могли бы что-нибудь положить. И здесь ничего нет. Да, значит, выбираемся.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Полегче. Все ли? Вроде да. Босс файт, чую.
And he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
Ну да. Здорово.
He was determined to protect his brothers. And I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
Башку тебе. Все, получил.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes
Да
in?
я, конечно, кто еще? Отлично.
That boy had grit.
Ну да. Ну что ж, прикольно получилась серия, по-моему. Защитили банк, к сожалению, не ограбили сами. Ну да ладно. С вами был Джон Эванс. Спасибо за внимание. Всем удачи и до новых скорых встреч. Goodbye.